Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's. All things summer, all at the right price.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Today we toast an unidentified and rather unfortunate man from Stuart, Florida. You ever have a day where you feel like everything goes wrong? Well, shut up. His day was worse. Now, our honoree is described as, quote, an experienced bike rider, and he's a member of the Airborne Mountain Bike Club there in Florida. Well, on Monday, he was enjoying a ride, but he lost control going around a curve. And after losing control going around the curve, he flipped off of his bike. After flipping off of his bike, he rolled down a steep embankment. After rolling down the steep embankment, he continued rolling until finally he landed in a lake. And after he landed in the lake, he was promptly attacked by a 9-foot alligator. Now, believe it or not, he survived all of this, albeit with serious injuries, and he was medevaced to a hospital. But the way they described it, he said, man, he's going kind of fast because they're riding hard. Couldn't quite negotiate the curve. As it turns out, it was on the edge of a steep hill. He rolls down the hill, and they said as soon as he landed in the water, this thing was on him. Damn. Yeah, and I was just like, dude, in about 15 seconds, your day went from a nice bike ride to I'm being attacked by a dinosaur.
And I wrecked him, flew down a hill.
Yeah.
Beforehand.
Right.
So that would have been bad enough.
I flew down the hill. I rolled all the way down. I landed in the water, and I'm attacked by an alligator that apparently was protecting its nest because it had just laid eggs, which made it a little more vicious.
Seems like bicyclists get hurt a lot more than runners.
For sure, man.
Yeah, they're on the road, though.
Just the speed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like,
Got in a swamp.
You are having a bad, bad day. So let's drink. We pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Ray. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Hola! Hi, Ray. Sweet baby Ray. You understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. You have your choice of one of three stories. We have the wonderful world of drugs. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? And finally, interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone.
Let's go with Bite Me.
Bite Me.
Eat it. Get yourself an egg and beat it.
I was waiting for that lyric. All right, here's the story. After picking up lunch at a McDonald's drive-thru, Santa Maria resident Lorenzo Gomez said he grabbed a handful of French fries, placed them in his mouth, and noticed that the texture was off. He spit out what he'd been eating and said he saw something mixed into the fries. Now, he manages a warehouse right there in Santa Maria and said he goes to that McDonald's usually once or twice a week during his lunch break. He says, quote, I spit it out, and it was this really, really greasy, chewed-up thing. He immediately called the store and was told that they would investigate what happened, and after calling the store back and hearing what he believed was an employee hanging up on him, he chose to post the experience to Facebook. Because by his own admission, that made him really, really, really mad. Well, contacted by the local newspaper, a McDonald's employee said the restaurant would not comment on the incident. When contacted for comment, McDonald's corporate offices provided a written statement, basically, hey, we value our customers, blah, blah, blah. They said all the right crap. Anyway, he returned to the McDonald's the next day and said he was told they basically identified the employee responsible for the French fries. But they said both the manager and the girl apologized. He says they sounded sincere. They asked me to take the post down, which he did, but it was too late. It had already gone viral. And as a way to say we're sorry, they also added a $25 gift card. But he says he didn't want it because he has lost all taste for McDonald's food after the experience, so he gave the card to a coworker. Gomez added, however, that he would not return and that he's no longer interested in eating McDonald's food. Now, the question is, what do you think he got in his mouth and his French fries that freaked him out this bad? Was it a cigarette butt, a Band-Aid, a rubber band, or a piece of skin?
Oh, man. I'm thinking texture-wise. What was the first one?
Cigarette butt.
I'm thinking that's kind of the best one. You're going to notice the chewed-up texture. You know, Band-Aid, you're just going to feel, oh, God, that's a Band-Aid. But I'm thinking cigarette butt. What do you guys think?
I think based on texture alone. I've had a deep-fried cigarette butt before in my food. So
I think I know where.
I know exactly where.
Yeah.
I'm going to go based on texture. I think Band-Aid, based on the fact they only offered him a $25 gift card. And the texture is pretty unique on that. I think a piece of skin would fry up in the deep fryer.
I do too. And I almost feel like the rubber band would fry up, but somehow the Band-Aid could hold together. And the cigarette butt, I just feel like if you're smoking a dart in the McDonald's, people are going to notice. Mm-hmm. So I don't see how the cigarette butt would get in there. Miles, I'm following your lead. I'm going to go with Band-Aid as well.
Okay. All right. Ray, what do you think?
I still think I'm on cigarette butt. I feel like if it was a Band-Aid, it'd be a little bit... I mean, cigarettes, I'm not a smoker, so that's really gross. But I feel like Band-Aid's a little grosser, and they try to push for a little bit more than a $25 gift card.
All right.
So I'm still sticking with cigarette butt.
Let's make that your final answer. All right, we're going to find out what was in his fries. Was it a cigarette butt, a Band-Aid, a rubber band, or a piece of skin next?
That was a tease.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's. All things summer, all at the right price.
I'm Glennon Doyle, author of Untamed and host of the podcast We Can Do Hard Things. Each week, we talk openly and honestly about the hard things in life together with you. So join us and some of our dearest friends and greatest heroes to talk about anxiety, boundaries, parenting, infidelity, our bodies, loving and losing, all of the things that make us human. Listen to and follow We Can Do Hard Things on Odyssey and everywhere you get your podcasts.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Categories by me on profile. This man got some fries at McDonald's. Said the texture of the fries was off.
Oh, yeah.
Something was on the fries. McDonald's did offer him a $25 gift card. He didn't want to go back, so gave that to coworker. Question is, what did the guy bite into in his fries? Was it a cigarette butt, a Band-Aid, a rubber band, or a piece of skin?
And Ray, that is the very question that we posed to you. And in the end, you went with the cigarette butt. Oh, I'm afraid it was not a cigarette butt, Ray. And then D. Ted Smith and Miles Montgomery, you guys both agreed for a change and both went Band-Aid.
Okay, all right.
Nice.
All right.
$25 because of Band-Aid. And I think the way he explained it, he doesn't believe it went to the deep fryer. Like it came off of someone's hand as they're loading up the fries. So when he popped the fries in his mouth, man, right, and you realize you're chewing on a bloody-ass Band-Aid.
And they only gave him $25 gift card?
$25 gift card. and an apology.
It was a Band-Aid or a rubber band?
Band-Aid. We won.
Okay, all right, very
Band-Aid.
good. Nice work. Nice
Stuck
work.
on me, stuck on fries.
Okay. Now for all TV news all time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today, Seth Meyers.
Mr. Meyer, all right.
The Jimmies.
Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon.
But again, you could have Anthony Anderson or Arsenio. Anthony Anderson's been doing short little versions right after the playoff games.
Oh, right.
That's why there's two guest
Right.
hosts.
Oh, gotcha.
I could have explained that last week. James Corden.
Ooh, James Corden.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there to title. These guys have teams of talents and writers that help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Jeff Bezos flew to space on the Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket. First Branson, now Bezos. Tomorrow, Warren Buffett's going to try to get up there with a bunch of balloons like the old guy in Up.
Fallon. Yeah, I'll say Fallon.
Yeah, it's Fallon.
Jeff Bezos flew to space aboard Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket. First Branson, now Bezos. Tomorrow Warren Buffett is going to try to get up there with balloons like the old guy from Up.
Jeff Bezos' whole trip to space only took 10 minutes. From the time they said liftoff to the time he landed, 10 minutes. It takes longer to microwave lasagna.
Seth Meyers.
I'll say Fallon again.
Anthony Anderson for Kimmel.
Now, you do know that the whole trip took only 10 minutes. From the time they said liftoff to the time he landed, 10 minutes. It takes longer to microwave lasagna.
I don't microwave lasagna. I either eat it hot out of the oven or cold.
There you go.
Yesterday, Tom Brady appeared to take a swipe at former President Donald Trump when visiting the White House. And I don't know about you guys, but celebrity breakups are tough to watch.
Fallon. Ted Smith?
Ted Smith! Sleepy Tom. He called himself Sleepy Tom.
Because he forgot that play in Detroit.
Yeah, what do you say? 22 years or something. I forgot one play. I forgot the downs once.
Right.
Major League Baseball has reportedly banned a New York Yankees fan for life from every Major League ballpark after he threw a ball from the stands on Saturday at a Boston Red Sox outfielder. Said the Yankees, does he have a curveball?
The Ted Smith. Seth Meyers?
That's Seth Meyers.
Major League Baseball has reportedly banned a New York Yankees fan for life from every MLB ballpark after he threw a ball from the stands on Saturday at a Boston Red Sox outfielder. Said the Yankees, does he have a curveball?
A 20-acre mountain in Switzerland is up for sale on eBay for $235,000. But they're really going to hammer you on the shipping.
The Ted Smith. Seth Meyers?
That's Seth again.
A 20-acre mountain in Switzerland is up for sale on eBay for $235,000, but they really hammer you on the shipping.
Last night, the Milwaukee Bucks did win the NBA championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, look, Giannis is very easy to like. Right?
Sure.
I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to chop it up.
That's why everybody calls him Giannis.
Yeah, Scott Van Pelt put it best last night. He's like, I just learned early on, just call him Giannis. But it is interesting. So he's called the Greek Freak because he's from Greece.
And he's freaky.
But he's Nigerian. His parents are Nigerian. They moved to Greece. So his name is actually Nigerian, but because the languages are different, they had to add in some letters so the Greek people could say it.
Oh, really? So that's why it's so long.
Yeah, exactly.
He's probably, how do you think I feel?
That was good. That was a good. That was a good finals. I know what's
six games
is good.
That's good.
You can kind of see the NBA officials. I think of any sport out there, hockey I know is one of those sports, but you could see them trying to get the Suns back into the game a little bit in the second period. If you're paying attention, they really tried to bridge that gap a little bit, and it really was like 4 or 5 bad calls in a row.
Yeah, here's my only issue with officials in the NBA. It's just like, and I don't want to say every sport, because the NFL is pretty good, but they sometimes can be guilty of it too, is just, you play the whole season the way your league plays, and then you get to the postseason, and it's like, oh, we can hand check again, we can do this, we can do that. And
or they call ticky-tacky fouls, they do the opposite of it.
But that's what I'm saying. During the year, they call all those fouls. In the playoffs, they kind of let them bang, which I don't mind, because I like that style of basketball, but it's also, it kind of hurts the teams that are a little more finesse, because now big guys are just dominating.
They're getting clobbered.
Yeah. So either that or frankly, for my taste, let him bang during the regular season.
I agree.
I love Curry. I like everybody shooting jump shots. I could watch it all day. But also, feed the big man. I don't care. Bang around down there.
Right. Aaron Rodgers, now another champion.
Right. He owns part of the Bucks?
Yeah.
I know. A lot of people are talking about that, too. Because Aaron Rodgers obviously wants out of Milwaukee. Giannis is like, I stayed here and did it this way. Which is true.
Right.
But Giannis also, I think, had the advantage of the Bucks the last couple of years went out and got some other players to help him.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas Aaron Rodgers is like, hey, listen, just give me a new receiver.
Something.
And they're like, nah. And that's what I'm saying. I like Giannis. But also, I like sports enough. I'm not, if Seattle got a team, I'd probably watch them.
Sure.
And I like watching the NBA, but I grew up in DC. I didn't grow up a huge Bullets Wizards fan. So I don't have a team I'm beholden to.
Sure.
So I don't mind watching a super team either.
No, I like NBA basketball.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun to watch giant athletes just play a sport and make it look so easy.
And it's one of the few games where you can be down by 8 with 60 seconds left.
Right.
And still have a chance.
Yeah.
A very good chance.
Right.
I also like Giannis. So Giannis dropped 50 points, right? And I've been talking about this all day. So it's just slang terms and hoops and stuff, right? Like you drop 20 points, you got a 20 piece or whatever. That's also how you order chicken.
Right.
So this morning, he got on Instagram Live to 130-some thousand people, and he went to Chick-fil-A and specifically ordered 50 nuggets. Right.
Not 51.
Not 49, not 51, 50. And it took me a second. When I got it, I was like, that's kind of funny. And then I'm like, oh, I see. He's kind of messing with people.
Oh, the nugget points.
Yeah, plus the fact, man, those are good nuggets.
Yeah, it's also funny that Giannis called him McNuggets. Because,
everybody does.
Everybody does. Right. And it's obviously they're not. But yeah, you're right. It was a good series. And Giannis, he's just one of the most likable, easy people. If you get a chance, just Google or go back through his social media. When he started with the Bucks, he would just post pictures of like corn dogs and snow cones and just America. How are you not telling people about these things?
Yeah.
It's also cool that him and his two brothers, they all have won an NBA title.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. All right, let's see. So you watch if you watch Flip or Flop on HGTV, Thrill, you were saying you actually seen this one, right?
I've seen the show. It is not my favorite by any stretch, but yeah.
All right, so Tariq, he flipped out on his ex-wife, Christina, last week on their show. Apparently, he didn't like the way she or the crew members signaled to him that they were ready to begin shooting. So he starts screaming at her, saying that he made her. She's, quote, a washed-up loser. Everybody enjoys watching her fail. Then he said his new fiancée is hotter and richer.
Oh, wow.
And then he pulled out the ultimate. Well, let's go back to people screaming and losing their minds, say in the last 10 years. What's the phrase that comes up?
Winning. It's Charlie Sheen, dude. He was owning that for a while.
He allegedly yelled, quote, look at me. It's called winning. The world knows you're crazy. So apparently on this, they still do the show together. Right.
This started because they were cueing him that the cameras were about to roll.
Well, look, I mean,
that's the explanation.
Well,
for all of that.
It's his ex-wife. They obviously don't like each other.
Sure.
And I get it. For money, a lot of people do it. A lot of different businesses. You just kind of shut up and go, So they're still doing the show, but obviously he has a big issue with her.
Yeah, don't say.
Right. I don't think it's the poor guy on the set. I don't know what you call him. The
camera guy.
Grip camera guy, whatever. Don't grip the camera guy.
Probably American Choppers, one of the only ones where they don't agree to just get back together and do the show.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, yes. They were like, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I respected that.
Yeah. They did. I had a friend that talked to him and was like, it ruined our lives. You would not believe the millions they offered us, and we still can't do it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the deal. People forget with reality TV. Now, these two are easy because they're divorced. But the thing is that they film everybody separate, right? So a lot of times you have no idea. And it's kind of like, the only thing I can compare it to is you get pulled over.
All right.
Maybe there's something in your car you shouldn't have, right? Now, they're going to separate you two, and they're going to go, well, Miles is saying you did this, or an interrogation, right? And then I'll go to Thrill and say, well, Miles said this, so maybe you should talk about him. Now, Miles, I don't know that really said that, but it fires you up, and now you're going to start talking.
Right.
So with reality TV, they do the same thing. And then nobody sees the footage until those episodes air.
Right.
So now you got a family member who's basically talking behind your back or saying something mean. They came to me and suggested that a family member said something. So of course you're going to be fired up.
Right.
Also, I would remind people, like, a lot of these things are pretty scripted too. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Pawn Stars, simple stuff, but it's pretty simple. Segment, heartwarming thing at the end, tie it all together.
Right.
You know what I mean? So anyhow,
That's definitely a formula.
This one's bad. She also talked about she smoked some toad venom. So now he says he's concerned.
Jeez, I didn't see that coming.
Toad venom. You could do it down in Mexico.
I believe you. I just didn't.
I didn't think that
I was like, hey, just so you know, I smoked toad venom.
Well, no, she said she had smoked it, and it was like a life-changing thing, and she did it with the new guy, and this and that. Yeah. She was spiritual about it. He's like, our kids are in danger. You're all hopped up on toad venom. It's like, that's...
What? Now, this is more like a Hawaiian, or a...
It's a medicine you would use in a ceremony or this or that, right? This is not like... You're not sitting around just like drinking beers and be like, hey, Miles, pass me the toad venom.
Megan, what's her face? And Machine Gun Kelly did that.
Oh, did they?
They went down to Mexico and went on a 5-day or, just wander through the woods kind of thing.
Yeah. There's a good show on Vice that was out there for a while called Hamilton's Pharmaceutical. And this guy, he's not really a drug or boozy guy, but he just went around to all these different, kind of not natural path, but kind of ancient traditions and stuff. Yeah. So that's where I saw the toad venom one. But you're right, he went down and did a bunch of different stuff. I know in Africa, is it Ibogaine?
Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly did the stuff that BJ did.
Oh, they went down. They were in the Amazon and did like ayahuasca.
Yes.
Yeah. That's different stuff.
You throw up and then I guess you're gone for a while.
I wouldn't be worried about your kid's safety if she went for a weekend and like sat in this river. Like,
there's nothing to do there.
Right. Yeah, I'd be worried if she got a pill in a coke habit.
Right, not toad venom.
Yeah, and stop yelling. Like, you're pissed at her. I get it. It's your ex-wife. Like, I don't know, either make the money or don't. And if she's washed up and sucks so bad, fire her. That's what I would do. There you go.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's, all things summer, all at the right price.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go, man. That's his girlfriend to marry him in a baseball game, so you already know the rest. Meanwhile, a sperm bank in China holds a contest to find out whose population paste is the absolute best. Missouri man cutting his grass finds an alligator in his yard. Paris playground has to close after Bandle wanted someone to land in hard. And in Hawaii, someone steals a fire truck, then drives to 7-Eleven for flamin' hot Cheetos. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, top story, we go to China, where a sperm bank is holding a pretty fun contest. In an effort to boost reproductive health and to replenish their stock, they've invited the local college students to take part in a contest in which the men will compete for who has the best sperm.
What qualifies your sperm as being good?
Right?
Well, sperm banks do some kind of test to figure out. I mean, other than like, are you a doctor? Are you like your education level? I mean,
right.
Got to be potent stuff, I guess.
Right.
Probably the count, I guess.
That's got to be
the
what
sperm
it is.
count's probably the number.
Health of it all and all that. After finding the superior specimens, the top contenders will be invited to donate to their banks, for which they'll be given the equivalent of $1,100 American dollars in subsidies for their efforts.
All right. That's pretty good money for
$1,100 for your efforts.
Right, your efforts.
I'm
Going to work.
Man, if I got $1,100 every time I masturbated, I would not even be working there.
No.
I'd be retired already.
$1,100. Yeah. Jesus, I'd be rich.
If only.
You'd be swimming in it like Scrooge McDuck.
Right. What are you working for? 4 days a week now? Nope, just Sundays.
I'm about to get in my rock and go to space.
Paid for it with semen.
Right.
The blood of my children.
Go to space for 11 seconds.
I can last longer. In other news, a marriage proposal at a minor league game is going viral. At a Red Sox minor league game, a young man thought it the appropriate place to surprise his girlfriend. He brought his girlfriend atop one of the dugouts on the field and shared a moment with her in the spotlight before bending the knee and presenting a ring. Sadly, her reaction was not the best, backstepping and shaking her head no repeatedly before saying that she had to go and sprinted up the stadium steps.
You got to wonder sometimes how much of that stuff is staged. I know you brought it up before, Ted, but it just kind of looked a little
Yeah, like when the mascot throws it or drops a cake on somebody. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a minor league park, so I'm with you.
And the mascot was even there at this particular proposal, so I think this whole thing was set up.
The mascot should be there.
Yeah.
Right. But
if the guy plans it correctly, the team has got something set up for him. He was on the home team's dugout.
Right.
When this all went down. But her reaction was just a little too put on.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe it's me.
It was
I'm with
instant.
You.
It was instant that she backed up shaking her head. Mm-hmm. So, and not to mention, I would think that the team wouldn't want to get involved with something that they didn't know what the outcome was going to be.
Well, it's going to be a surprise one way or another if you pop the question. So if you're going to do that.
No, there's only one surprise if you ask someone to marry them. Because you expect them, there's only one way you're surprised by their answer, and that's if they say no.
Right. The proposer followed her up the steps along with two friends, and the rest of us were left to wonder what happened afterward. In Maine, a local park had to be shut down due to vandalism. A parent was out enjoying the day with her kids at the park when she noticed someone had removed several bolts from the play structures at the park. After calling authorities, they launched an investigation and still don't know who did it or why, but are accepting monetary donations from people as they order new parts from the manufacturer.
Man, just leave kids out of it.
Right.
That's all.
Can we not?
That's an agreement we all have.
Right. Leave the kids out of it.
Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, Mike. We'll see you next time for Big Dummy and Ted's Meat and Potatoes. Head chefs back. In the meantime, join us for the Men's Room Happy Hour. It is up next. More Men's Room exclusively on the Odyssey app.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. In the meantime, we'll be all about this bitch for 90 seconds. So until about a minute from now, do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's. All things summer, all at the right price.